Hey, everybody. So I'm really excited. We're about to have a fantastic conversation with a woman who is bringing peace and joy to the world through sound baths.
Hey, how are
Hello!
you?
I'm excited. I'm so honored and thrilled to be on you today. Thank you, Tina, for inviting me, and the
Oh,
Fitness
I am.
Project for having me.
Yeah, I am so excited to share with our audience
Yeah.
um, all things sound bath. A lot of people don't know what a sound bath is, so
Yeah.
we are going to enlighten them because I absolutely know that the work that you're doing, just like the work that we're doing at the Inner Fitness Project, is the work of the future. You know, there are so many ways that people can begin to proactively take care of the self,
Mhm.
that part of them that is the essential part of who they are.
Yeah.
And we're just now learning to even recognize that there is this self, this inner being, this mental, emotional, spiritual space that governs everything. And if we can take care of that
Yeah.
space inside of us, we really do become powerful in our ability to move through our lives with greater self mastery, greater self agency, and choosing for our highest good. So I really want to dive in. Would you please, first off, technology is amazing because I'm in Studio City, California, in the US, and you are.
I'm in Amsterdam, Netherlands, in Western Europe. I am American. I'm an American expat in the Netherlands
That's beautiful. And you've been in
Yeah.
the Netherlands for how long?
For 4 years now. I thought it would be two, and I stayed.
Yeah. Yeah. And what is it that you are loving about the Netherlands?
It's a safe city. It's a beautiful city. I'm motivated a lot by aesthetics. I'm surrounded by this running water that runs through the city. It's an old city. I live across from a church that was built in 1619. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So I love this combination of history. They're very liberal here, and it's a global city too. So I have access to the arts and culture and everything, medicine
That's
that you.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So tell us, Malika, what is a sound bath?
So a sound bath is basically a meditative practice, a wellness practice. Um, it's an approach to wellness and to meditation that uses instruments, musical instruments, old, ancient, sacred instruments to help guide people to what we call the theta brainwave state, which is that state that's right before you get to sleep, where you are still aware that you are falling asleep or aware that you are waking up. It is a calm form of meditation. I call it a cheat code, if you will, for meditation for people who may have a hard time just sitting, taking a seat, and sitting still on their own. The instruments can help guide you there and take you
Right,
there. Yeah.
right, right. And that theta state that you're talking about, I find it to be a very creative space.
It is.
It's the space I believe that they talked about Einstein entered into that space a lot, or whenever one is trying to figure something out, you're
Mhm.
trying to solve a problem, not an Einstein kind of problem, but just a problem in your own life, trying to figure something out, trying to work creatively. Um, that theta state,
Mhm.
that just before waking,
Mm-hmm.
And just before going unconscious is a place where answers can come. So to
Mm-hmm.
be able to access that through a meditative practice sounds yummy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah.
And now, so that our listeners can truly visualize it. So let's tell people first that Malika is bringing her work to the Inner Fitness Project Studio platform. And so we will be in partnership as we bring sound meditation or sound baths to uh, be available to people who want to begin to practice in this way. Malika is the facilitator of this particular workout, and the people who show up in the space.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing in their own space as part of this meditative experience?
So before people hop on, I invite them to find a quiet space at work or at home, one where they're less likely to be interrupted. I invite them to bring a set of earphones if they have them, so they can be intimate with the sound. And some of the instruments carry better through the wire, through a wired set of earphones. I invite people to wear comfortable clothing. And in any meditative practice, it's not about doing, it's about being. So I remind people that they don't have to do anything other than to be present wherever they are in that particular moment. We focus on the breath. I remind people to breathe and to either sit in a chair or lie on a yoga mat, or I'm sitting on the cushion and they can sit on the cushion too, and just take in the experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And you keep talking about instruments. So it
Yes.
sounds like there's more than one instrument.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
I have a library of instruments. Here's the thing.
Oh my God.
It's
How many
addictive.
instruments? How many instruments?
I know. I will tell you all the instruments that I have, and we can count together. So I have 8 crystal singing bowls. Here's one. Oops.
Oh, wow.
This is my practitioner bowl.
Okay.
And I'll
What do
play
you
it a
mean
little
when
later.
you say practitioner bowl? That's like one of your go-to
Well,
sounds?
practitioner bows have a handle so that when you're giving a sound bath in a spa-like setting over with an individual who may be on like a massage table, you can let the vibrations do their thing
Oh,
over their body. Or if you're in a group environment, you can carry this with you. It's easier to carry because it has a handle and people can experience the sound more intimately. Um,
uh-huh.
and you can also really take care of yourself with it too. If there is nobody else around, you can play the instrument and let the sound waves move over you. Other crystal bows, they don't have this and they sit on the ground. So
I see.
surround you in a circle and you play the instruments while they're sitting on the ground. But this offers movement, and I like to move.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Can we hear what that sounds like?
Yes, absolutely. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That feels so good inside of me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There are some people have gongs, and they'll do a whole gong sound bath. There are percussive instruments like the frame drum. There are wind instruments. Here's a chime. This is a wind chime,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
more whimsical uh, and there are tinctures and tuning forks, and there are plant rattles. I'm learning that the plant rattle is a favorite. It's like an energetic broom, and it cleans up anywhere that you're stuck or stagnant.
Okay, now let's break that down for people. So
Okay,
what does
so
that mean? And do you have that
I,
plant?
I don't have it with me, but on the Instagram you'll see all kinds of pictures of me with the plant wrap.
Okay.
But
What is your IG handle so that people can
it's
take a look
at the Funk Refinery. Yeah,
at the Funk
the Funk
Refinery?
Refinery. Yes.
I love that name.
Yes.
Funk Refinery, everyone.
Yes.
Funk Refinery. Okay, so when you say it clears up the energy, what does that mean?
So like a massage therapist works with the physical body. A massage therapist works with the physical body. I'm a sound therapist, so I work with the energetic body, and I work with the chakra systems. Other sound therapists may be more musically inclined, and they may work with notes, but I work with energy. So anywhere in your energetic body where there may be an imbalance, maybe, for example, it might be in the heart. I can use the instruments, both the crystal singing bowls and the chakra or the plant rattle, to kind of help bring you into alignment and get that energy where it needs to be. Does that make sense? Or do I need
Yeah,
to?
it does. It does. I feel like you're saying that through the use of sound,
Mm-hmm.
you can support a person
Mm-hmm.
in sort of brushing away the fragments
Mm-hmm.
of energy
Yes.
that are no longer sort of attached in a way that is supportive. They're just noise in your field
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
brushing it aside. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
And making room for you to be open for the vibrations from that are created through the sound instruments to work with you and support you
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's really important about what you've just said in terms of being able to brush aside or brush away the energy fragments is that I look forward to people knowing more and more and more that we really are these energetic bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and that even coming out of the sound bath, one of the takeaways or one of the habits that people can adopt for themselves is, as you're moving through life and all of a sudden your mind is full of a lot of negativity, or you got some sort of war going on inside of you, that literally you can use your own hand as a broom
Yes.
to brush aside the fragments, to brush aside those thoughts, because we are an energetic body,
Yes.
and that being conscious in that way teaches us that we have built into our own body and system the ability to move energy,
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
you're showing that to us through music
Yes.
helps to increase the notion that we are energy and that we can work with it consciously.
Absolutely. And speaking of using your hand to wave, to move energy, the voice is also, I have all of these instruments, but most of us carry a voice. Singing in the shower is vibrational and can help to, it is a healing instrument. Um,
Yeah,
so we carry that with us.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, and sometimes we get like, because I'm not a singer, so I get shy sometimes about using my voice in that way. But when I'm alone in that shower, nobody can tell me nothing.
Yeah, I'm not a singer either. If in fact there are multiple lifetimes, then I will be a singer one lifetime, because I think that sound and the ability to generate sound tonal sound in your own being
Mm-hmm.
is one of the most creative things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that sound, both from the internal, and I love the waves, the sound waves that your work creates, but it literally has the ability to penetrate our very being. So our cells, our organs,
Yes, absolutely.
our mind
Yes.
are being uh, massaged.
Yes, it's a vibration.
Massaged.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
exactly what it is. Um,
yeah.
and I want to make a distinction between, because there's sound therapy and there is music therapy. And they're two different disciplines. Sound, when you come to a sound bath meditation, it may not sound like a concert. It may not sound musical at all. What you're doing is you're using musical instruments to create repetitive sounds that help bring people into that meditative state. So I played the very first sound bath with the Inner Fitness studio. I played the heartbeat rhythm on my frame drum, and that really got my mother-in-law. She's like, when I arrived, she was very nervous about being able to sit still, being able to sit in meditation. And she was really moved by the heartbeat rhythm, the constant rhythm of that drum, and it got her too.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's the first sound we all know.
Yes.
The heartbeat, because in the womb
Yes.
we are absolutely introduced to our mother's heartbeat
Absolutely.
and the rhythm of that and the comfort that comes with that. So it doesn't surprise me that she would find that comforting. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
yeah, that's beautiful. So would you say that sound meditation is useful for quieting discomfort, or does it fit into any particular slot in terms of how you use it?
Sound. Let me say this. Sound is an ancient tradition. But recently, in like the last decade, modern science has been conducting research to show that it can help with reducing anxiety, it can help with managing chronic illnesses, it can help with reducing depression and pain, even. It's also a mindfulness practice. And John Kabat-Zinn, whom I adore, in
Mm.
79, he started a mindfulness-based stress reduction clinic in Massachusetts. And he wanted to take his faith practice, which was Buddhism, and some of the teachings. He thought that it could help some of the patients that he was seeing who were suffering with chronic illnesses kind of manage their stress. And every year he would write a research paper and submit it to a journal to show the effects of mindfulness-based practices on our health and reducing stress and anxiety and depression and pain and sort of managing this life that we all have to live, whether we have a chronic illness or not.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And as you were speaking, and even though I asked the question, about whether it is most suited for quiet and discomfort, then I remembered that, as I said when I first came in, being able to get to that theta state
Mm-hmm.
is it is one of my intentions, not just when I am sleeping, but I don't know whether or not theta is reachable through hiking, but I know
Mm.
that I find myself, in this place that is very similar to that conscious but free
Yes.
state that is right before I wake up or right before I fall asleep, which is what the sound bath aims to duplicate.
Yes. Yeah, hiking definitely. It can be a walking meditation. It probably is a walking meditation for you. So you may be reaching that state when you're hiking. Yoga is movement medicine, and it can help also bring you to that state. People also practice yoga before they meditate. So there's different ways. Sound bath meditation is not the only way to reach that state, but it's an amazing way and a fun
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an amazing way. It's a way that I am new to, but loving.
yeah.
And we've had a number of people from the community send emails saying, "Oh my God, this was so beautiful. This was so relaxing. This restored me. This was, and having experienced it myself, I absolutely know that that's true." I want to say to listeners that, you know, there are so many ways for us to begin to take care of ourselves.
Mhm.
And it is unfortunate that up until now, we've thought that, you have to do this, you have to meditate. And if meditation isn't an easy thing for you, then you feel left out. But now, we've got sound bath meditation, and we've got walking meditation, and we've got a number of ways that you can begin to be with yourself in the quiet, creative vastness of your own interior.
Yes.
And I can't think of anything more exciting than sound.
Yes.
Helping us experience the vastness that lives inside.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
We are inviting you to explore yourself,
Mhm.
and let yourself literally experience sound, not just washing over your body,
Mhm.
but penetrating your body. And literally, like the blood runs through your system, imagine the sound waves with this intentional loving,
Mhm.
connected to it, the sound waves moving through you and clearing up fragmented energy
Mhm.
and making more and more room for your beingness.
I have an observation to share. Um,
Please.
One of the things that I noticed one of the things that I do, that I practice when I work one-to-one, is I set up the crystal singing bowls. And this is, again, a crystal singing bowl. And I ask people what resonates most with them. And I was surprised to learn that I don't tell them which chakra the instrument coordinates to. I tell them the musical note that it coordinates to. And I found that they choose the instrument that matches where they are in their lives right now.
Wow.
Someone
Wow.
who was having trouble sleeping because she was Airbnb hopping while she looked for a more permanent place to stay. It was the root chakra, that grounding, that foundational instrument that resonated most with her. Someone who was looking to start a family, it was the sacral chakra instrument, that one for fertility and sensuality and creativity, that resonated most with her. Someone who was looking for love, it was the heart chakra and community that resonated most with them. So it's interesting to observe and to listen to how people experience the instruments and how it relates to where they are on their journey.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Malika. And what that is a reminder of is that our lives are intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
and that our inner self, the most essential and real and resonating part of ourselves, is always efforting to communicate from the inside out to help us reach that place of inner homeostasis. And when there is an imbalance, it's almost like signals are sent out to be able to draw in or align with the answers that bring us back into balance. And
Yes.
it makes sense then that those urgings would have an intelligence connected to them, and that they would, reach out and know what is needed in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
That is kinesiology for sure in action,
Yeah.
which says that our bodies have a intelligent field,
Mm.
and that field, the more we know about it, the more we can work consciously with it. Come thrive at Phoenix Rising, February 2024. Inner Fitness community, I invite you to stay, join, and learn to turn wellness concepts into action. Living life well takes practice, y'all. So simply click the subscribe button to practice together, grow this conversation, and change the world. I can't wait to read your comments and hear how your life changes for the better. Thank you for subscribing. Let's thrive.